Okay, so last week I was going through Google News and I do a search for like Uber and Lyft. And what came up were 3 stories about violence towards drivers. Someone trying to make a living, another rideshare driver carjacked in Baltimore. Drivers lured into danger in brazen rideshare robberies, right? Coast Uber driver shot in head calls for change in rideshare policy. So I was left with one big question. How can I stay safe with strangers in my car? Now, I've been through 28,000 plus rides, and I've had a few situations where I felt a little bit threatened. So what I'm going to cover in this video is my 3-pronged strategy. So 3 strategies for you to stay safe in your car. And stick around to the end. I'll share with you the number 1 strategy when you're confronted with violence. All of that coming up and more. All right, hey everybody, it's Jay Crater with the RideShare Guy. And by way of background, we're going to be talking about safety, your own safety. You know, we're not delivery drivers. We drive people around, and people can be a bit of a wild card. Some people are great, and some people can be a little threatening, and some people are just off, and some people do intend to, be violent. So in this video, I'm going to cover 3 strategies I have so that you can feel safe, secure, and protected, and also what to do, if something does happen that doesn't quite feel right. So we're going to get at all of that right now. Okay, number 1 is awareness. All right, so I'm a 6'4" guy, so I'm not somebody that people generally think that's someone I want to attack. I can handle myself, but that doesn't mean I can be careless, right? And I've had situations where I've pulled up to pick somebody up, and I could see they were not just intoxicated, but off, right? Something just didn't feel right, and I just drove away. And you have every right to not pick somebody up if they don't feel like, they're going to do right by you in the car. My spidey senses go off when somebody gets in the car and they sit directly behind me, right? So what you're going to do is say hi and listen for what kind of response you get back. Okay, you can tell a lot just by a nice friendly hello coming back at you. If you have 2 people, menacing looking people getting into your car, that's another situation where I feel a little bit, got to be careful, just got to be careful. And I'll initiate a conversation and make sure they're friendly and that we're all on the same, same vibing. So awareness. So that's strategy number 1. Be aware of your circumstances, be aware of your situation that you're in your car, and be aware of the people who are getting into your car. Number 2 is proactive behavior. So it's really important that you realize that it is your car, and you want to initiate a conversation and make sure that they understand that it's your car, you're confident, you've done this before, and there's nothing to worry about, okay? So recently, the RideShare Guy asked a question on Facebook. If you're a driver and you feel anxious, what would you recommend, right? So if you're a driver and you feel anxious about strangers getting into your car, what would you recommend? And there are 4 responses that I wanted to share with you right now. Driver number 1 said, immediately take control of the interaction. Hi, John, how are you doing today? Where'd you fly in from? On the other hand, you might want to reconsider. So he's basically saying this might not be the job for you. I mean, if you don't like driving or have anxiety over strangers getting in your car, I bring up driving because it's amazing how many passengers ask me this. Okay, driver number 2, do whatever you have to get rid of that energy before you go out and drive. Not only will you probably drive poorly, feeling anxious, but your passengers will also feel that energy. None of that spells success. Driver number 3 said, the passenger reads you as much as you read him. What you're feeling gets projected really intensely, I feel. So you really have to have a relaxed, friendly demeanor for the most part. They're just people not much different from yourself, just trying to survive. It's very rare you get the snotty or scammer customers. And then driver number 4 said his recommendation was don't do Uber, do delivery, Uber Eats. So these comments emphasize the importance of being proactive, of being a calm, relaxed driver, initiating a chat, at least saying hello, and reading the room. Another form of proactive behavior is to have some kind of a self-defense mechanism in your car. So I used to carry pepper spray, and then somebody got in my car who's like a weapons expert, and he said that pepper spray, the problem with pepper spray is if you spray somebody with pepper spray in your car, you're going to also breathe it in, and that's no bueno. So what he recommended is this product, pepper gel. And pepper gel just shoots a beam of this very toxic pepper. It's basically like condensed pepper spray, but it comes out in a stream, and you shoot it right at somebody's eyes. And it's as effective, but you're not going to get any of it blowing back into you. So I carry that in my car. It's in my center console, and if I feel like I could have a problem, I can click it and be ready to push it in just a few seconds. So that's something that I bought for, my daughter carries around because you can spray from a distance. You don't have to get in close. So it's a very good self-defense mechanism. So that's another way that you can be proactive. Okay, number 3, handling violence. So I took a course in Las Vegas a few years ago about, the title was What to Do When Violence is the Only Answer. So if you're confronted with somebody who means to hurt you, who means to end you, and you have no choice but to hurt them back. For example, I learned in that course, I learned everywhere that the body can be broken so that the person cannot function. And another thing I found that was interesting was you don't really want to hit with your fist because that can break, but you want to hit with your forearm because your forearm is much stronger and the impact is much greater. But I'm not saying go out and do a course like that. But what the bottom line on the course was, the first most important thing you can do is figure out how to talk yourself out of it and walk away. That's by far the best solution. How can you get away? How can you walk away without having any violence? Even if you get into a fight and you hit somebody and they fall and they crack their head and they die, you know how much pain and suffering you're going to go through because that accidental death happened? You just don't want to engage in the violence if you absolutely don't have to. So that's when I said at the beginning, that's the number one strategy when confronted with violence. Can you just get out of the car and walk away? That's going to be always your best option. Get out of the car, walk away, and get to a place where you can be safe. Now, Uber and Lyft also have some options for you. So in this screenshot, this is Uber. You can see where you can click, and then they've got a follow my ride feature there. So I would play with these so you know how to engage them. And then the next thing you see is Lyft, which also has something about Lyft rides are protected by ADT. Okay, so those are a couple of things you can do if you have a passenger in your car. They haven't done anything violent yet, but you have a concern. These would be some options. If it goes to violence, it's going to happen pretty quick, and these won't really help you in that case. You have to be able to figure out how to get out of that situation. All right. So what's the key takeaways here? Be aware that violence is a possibility. Take proactive behavior. Okay. So that basically take control of the ride, show yourself to be confident and relaxed and friendly, right? Have some kind of protection. I highly recommend the pepper spray. And then if you are confronted with violence, the number one rule is walk away. Do whatever you can to walk away. That's by far the best solution, okay? And it's a kind of a hard one to learn, especially for guys, because we're taught, it's really macho to, fight and defend ourselves and all of that. But when you get down to it, you talk to the people who really have studied this and understand violence and how bad it can really turn so quickly against you. Walk away is the number one thing you can do. All right. So everybody, it's Jay Creator. I want to say thanks for watching this. This violent possibility is very, very small. Okay. You got to know it exists. But in over 28,000 rides, I've not had anything close to violence. Okay. So it's very rare, but I'm ready. And that's what I'm inviting you to, is to be ready as well. If you like the video, go ahead and give it a like. If you haven't subscribed yet to our YouTube channel, subscribe. We put out content every week, lots of great videos to help you become a more productive, more profitable driver, whether you do rideshare or delivery or food. All right? Go ahead and have a great day. Be safe out there. See you next time. Bye-bye.